Said like reviews.
What to do when you get a job offer. When you receive a job offer, you will either accept, negotiate, or decline the offer. And I would like to thank you all for joining today's webinar. Did want to go over a couple of brief rules. As far as the webinar rules, be sure all mics are on mute. Type any questions you have in the chat box. And please message us your email to receive a copy of your certificate of completion. And as far as what we're learning today, we'll be going over your options on what to do when you receive a job offer, how to draft and submit an acceptance email, how to draft and submit a decline email, which are all very important when it comes to receiving a job offer. So, hey, congrats. You've gotten the hard part out of the way as far as on the interview process. But now it's making sure you correctly accept or decline the offer. So you definitely want to utilize these tips as a strategy on how to approach receiving a job offer moving forward, especially for our entry level folks or our recent graduates. And just a brief introduction on myself. I am Tim Fulton, president of Unified Achievement Group, and I help improve retention, accelerate hiring, and overall provide a heightened candidate experience. And the most rewarding part is changing lives. And we're utilizing this platform to ensure we're giving back to our team members who are truly the backbone of the firm. So I do appreciate you all, and we do want to make sure we're giving you the proper guide and strategies to be able to develop and grow your career. All right. So what to do when you receive a job offer? When you receive a job offer, you will either accept, negotiate, or decline the job offer. Although you may really want the job, be sure to avoid accepting the job immediately after being offered it. Take your time to do your homework. Take your time to do your homework on the job just to ensure it's really the job you were looking to land, because you do want to make sure it is that best fit job you were looking for from the beginning. Because I can tell you there could be one or two terms that you may not be comfortable accepting upon careful consideration. And being familiar with how to handle job offers is a great way to get the salary, benefits, and overall outcome you want when it comes to landing that perfect job, your dream job. All right. So option number one, when receiving a job offer, you want to make sure that you look over the offer. Take time to carefully look over the offer by acknowledging your appreciation and interest in the job, and then ask for the time frame you have to make your decision. Now, if you think you need longer than the deadline they've set, it's okay to ask for a little more time. Avoid putting off the decision for so long that they end up withdrawing your offer, because that can happen too. So just ask, hey, I appreciate the offer. Thanks so much for considering me for the customer service position. I did want to ask, how long do I have to respond to accepting or declining the offer? Or how long do I have to accept the offer? It's just simple as that. But research the entire compensation package while you're looking things over, not just the salary. Make sure you take into consideration travel hours, if there's travel reimbursements, benefits, perks, the work hours, and overall the company culture. You definitely want to make sure you're looking for any pre-hiring requirements, such as drug screenings or background checks, because a lot of that is done off-site. So you want to make sure you have looked it over, see where you have to go, see if it's something you need to pay. I know sometimes if you're like fingerprints that are required, you may have to pay for that out of pocket. Not that it's overly expensive, but it's just maybe something you weren't expecting. So just make sure you're carefully looking over it. Make sure, it isn't something that's super expensive. So make sure you're checking everything, dotting all your I's, crossing all your T's. So definitely want to keep in mind that as a candidate, you're provided the opportunity to weigh out your options and negotiate any particulars of the offer prior to you accepting it. So be sure to utilize this time to ask questions about all aspects of the job you're uncomfortable with. We recommend asking questions via email. That way you have documentation of the responses. You always want to have documentation. That way, if it comes down to it, you can show that it was something you all discussed versus it being a he said versus a she said, he said type situation. Alrighty, so while you're looking over your offer, you should be seeking to answer some of the following questions. Now, listen, about five here, but I'm going to go over more. So definitely grab a pen and pad or type it on your laptop there as far as the questions you should be considering while you're looking over your offer. But how long do I have to accept the offer? That's definitely one you want to be considering and looking for, because sometimes it is listed in the offer letter. When is the start date? Definitely want to check that. Make sure you don't have any other events. Make sure you're able, if you're transitioning from a different job, make sure it's in time to where you've given your 2 weeks or what have you, that, the dates won't collide. Make sure, you have all your T's dotted, your I's, excuse me. Make sure you have all your T's crossed, your I's dotted. What are the working hours? What are the working hours? You want to make sure you have that outline. Some jobs may consider a full work week 45 hours versus 40. And if you have children, you got to make arrangements for school, things along those natures. You want to make sure you've checked that out. The days of the week as far as that goes also. Do you provide maternity and paternity leave? Something you want to consider and look over. Do team members receive annual bonuses? How many hours of paid time off do we receive? Does paid time off carry over into the next year? Are we expected to work federal holidays and or weekends? How often are we paid? When's the pay schedule? What's that like? Weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, monthly? What are the team member benefits? What is required of me prior to starting? Again, background checks, fingerprinting, any special tests, exams, licenses, training. Sometimes you may not know that there are certain classes or training modules that you need to complete prior to start date. So look over that. They may not announce it, or the recruiter may forget to tell you, but it is in the offer letter. So make sure you're looking for that. If there's any other requirements needed, all the requirements prior to starting. Will accepting this offer allow me to be productive and successful in the workplace? And that is the most important one. Consider that, consider that, consider that. Will accepting this offer allow me to be productive and successful in the workplace? Because that goes a long way. If you feel that the terms are something that are going to be overwhelming and something that you're more or less set up to fail, then maybe you're not going to be the most productive. Maybe you won't be the most successful, or maybe you just won't be the best version of yourself. And that's something to consider while you're looking over the job offer. All right. Option number 2, you want to consider negotiation. If certain terms of the offer are not what you were hoping for, you may want to negotiate your offer if you're still interested in the job opportunity. Be sure to avoid accepting a job you're not entirely on board with. You have the right to negotiate your job offer with the employer, and it is okay to request one or more adjustments to the job offer that will allow you to be more productive in the workplace. Don't shy away from overlooking the negotiating the terms of a job offer. It's very common to do. It's a common part of the hiring process, and hiring managers are expecting it. They're a little surprised when you just go along with it, to be honest. So don't feel uncomfortable. We have a mini series on getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, but don't be uncomfortable with that. Go ahead and let them know, especially if just one or two tweaks that really can be done and really are reasonable. Don't shy away from it. It's very common to ask. And as the saying goes, if you don't ask, you won't know. So Also, you should email a counter letter if you're gonna send a counter letter or a negotiation request. But if you're gonna email it, you do want to make sure you do follow up with a phone call. But I request to either email or speak in person or by phone if possible. But even if you do email, you still want to follow up with a phone call because you want to confirm it, and then you also want to avoid any miscommunications because sometimes when people read things through text or email, it may come across different than when you speak about it. So you still want to follow up with it, and even if it's just to confirm they received it, and just let them know. If you have them on the line, just kind of go over the email real quick and ask them to respond to it if you're seeking the negotiating route. But if you're able to go in person, that's always great. That's not all that common now to just walk up. Maybe so with the smaller businesses, but typically you'll have to call or email. But I would recommend doing both, especially if you're going to email. Of course, you want it documented. So we recommend emailing and then following up on that email if you choose to negotiate. All right. But that is your option you do have, is to consider negotiation, and definitely don't shy away from it. All right. Option 3 is to accept the job offer. I mean, easy enough, fair enough, right? So, you've looked over the job and you're on board with the terms of the offer. Be sure to notify the hiring manager with a formal job offer acceptance letter. And that's in any industry. Don't shy away from that. It shows your professionalism when you're able to email them a letter that formally accepting the job. Now, keep in mind the letter should thank the hiring manager for the offer. Be sure to confirm the start date and demonstrate your appreciation for the job opportunity. You can submit your letter as an email attachment. Be sure in the letter to include the details of the offer, such as the job title, benefits, salary, and start date. The subject line should read your full name, followed by job offer acceptance. All right. And just, so you all can have a brief example here of a sample job acceptance email letter. Right here at the top, you want to have the subject line and you put your full name, Jack Johnson dash job offer acceptance. Then below that, you're going to put the date, the hiring manager's full name, the company's name or business's name, and the address. Then you're going to put dear hiring manager and comma. You're going to always open up, as I like to call it, the sandwich method, which is good, business, good. So you're going to open up with good. Thank you for the job offer at Jack Johnson's mortgage company. Thank you for the job offer of customer service at Jack Johnson's mortgage company. I'm pleased to formally accept the offer. That's the business part. All right. Then when you conclude it, you hit it with some more good. I'm looking forward to joining the mortgage department on June 1st. All right. Thank you again. And you close it out. And if you check out our blog and the Career Center online, you'll see that we do have this sample available on our blog here as far as what to do when you receive a job offer. So we do have those tools that you can leverage, and you can go right on unifiedachievement.com and view it as well. All righty. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Option number 4, decline the job offer. So you do have that afforded to you. You can decline the job offer. So, after you've looked over the job, carefully decided it's not for you, you'll want to professionally decline the job offer. And you may email a decline letter to the hiring manager. I definitely recommend doing it through email, or you can call, but I would, again, recommend doing that through email to keep it short and to the point. No use in dragging that along. But your letter should thank the hiring manager for the offer. Again, sandwich method. Ensure you are clear on your intentions to decline the offer. Make sure you're clear on that. Don't beat around the bush. Provide your reason for declining. Make sure you explain why, and make sure it is a productive reason and valid. And Offer to, stay in contact. Make sure you do keep the lines of communication open. It's okay. It's okay to respectfully decline a job offer for valid reasons without it, impacting any of your future job opportunities. Just keep in mind, we're in a fast-paced, high-scale, fast-paced job force, and it's very common in today's job market to decline offers. Hiring managers are highly aware of the competitive market out there, and it's not something that they're going to take personally. They're professionals. You're a professional. So just handle it professionally. All right. I've also provided a sample job decline email below. So I do want you to take a look at that. And again, this is also on our Careers Resource Center. So feel free to go on unifiedachievement.com and check that out. But we provided the sample decline letter here. And again, you want to start the subject line, job offer, Jack Johnson. So a little different there from the acceptance email. And then you go straight into it. Dear hiring manager, thank you for, offering the role as operations manager. See, we're doing the sandwich again. You're going to thank them. I appreciate your time I appreciate you taking the time to consider my application and answering my questions about the company and the position. See, we're in the business. Then you're going to wrap things up again here at the bottom, as you see. It was a pleasure meeting with everyone at Jack Johnson's Mortgage Company, and I look forward to staying in touch. I have sent through a connection request on LinkedIn, and I hope to hear from you. So see, you're keeping the lines of communication open, and you're leaving them with something sweet at the end. So you want to sandwich it good business, good. All right? Good business, good. Some may have heard the good, bad, good if you're delivering not so good news, but you want to sandwich it. That's how you stay professional. And that's the goal here, is to be professional and be productive. All right. All right. So just to kind of highlight and recap here, you want to carefully consider these 4 options on what to do when you receive a job offer. All right. You want to look over the offer, consider negotiation, accept the job offer, or decline the job offer. We're in a fast-paced workforce, so you may feel pressure to hurry and accept what appears to be a great opportunity, but trust the process to ensure you make the right decision for your future. Subscribe to our blog for more helpful hints on how to get an edge on the competition. Again, thank you all for attending today's webinar.